Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 6 science. Dear students, in the previous class we have started the lesson number 13, that is fun with magnets. Okay, so in the previous class I explained about the process, the introduction part of the magnets. Means in an open area, so where the junk materials have been thrown in a huge heaps, so the crane was used with a block. Okay, so block is made up of magnet, so whenever it is lowered inside the place where the junk is thrown out, so when it is lowered, so automatically the iron metals, pieces of iron start sticking to it. Okay, to sticking to the block, so it shows that the iron attracts the magnet. Okay, so iron attracts the magnet attracts the iron pieces. Okay, so even some of the materials what we see normally in our day-to-day life. Okay, so automatically fixing system, locking system we have, so that is by using the magnets. Okay, so the items like pen stand, pin holders, and even refrigerators, so such system is used by using a magnet. Okay, so dear students, now in today's class let us understand so how magnets were discovered. Okay, so how the magnet is discovered. For that there is an interesting story. Okay, so let me tell you the story to make you understand that. So from when the concept of magnet is started. Okay, so now, so it is said that there was a shepherd, okay, named Magnus. So there was a shepherd living in a place. Okay, so his name is Magnus. Okay, so who lived in an ancient Greece. Okay, means ancient Greece country. Okay, so where this person Magnus is a shepherd who is living. Okay, so he used to take his herd of sheep and goats to the nearby mountains for grazing. Okay, so every day his work is to take his herd of sheep as well as goats, okay, to the nearby mountains for grazing. Okay, so grazing means for feeding them. Okay, so even you can see in our village area, so shepherd, they are taking the goats and sheeps, okay, to the nearby places, okay, mountains for giving them food. Okay, so what happened is he would take a stick with him to control his herd. Okay, so in order to control the animals, you must have something. Okay, so in order to control the herd of sheep, he had one stick with him. Okay, so what is that specialty of that stick? Okay, see, the stick had a small piece of iron attached at one end. At the end of that stick, there is a small piece of iron is attached at one end. Okay, so one day what happened, he was surprised to find that, he was very surprised to find that he had to pull the hard to free his stick from a rock. Okay, so he was just going on climbing the rocks. Okay, so when he is grazing the sheep, so at that time it was very difficult for him. He found that it is very hard, so he has to put a lot of effort to and he has to pull very hard, okay, to make his stick free. I means to lift it up, okay, from the rocks on the mountain side. So when he is walking on the mountain side, he cannot pick up that stick. Okay, because as his stick is made at the end, it is made of iron, so when he touched that mountain rocks, he cannot lift it. Okay, so look at the figure 13.3, a natural magnet on a hillside. Okay, so he is unable to pick it, so he felt very hard to pull it up. Okay, it seemed as if the stick was being attracted by the rock. So afterwards he came to know that his stick is being attracted by that rock. Okay, so the rock was a natural magnet. So why it is being attracted by the rock means because that rock which was there in that mountainside, it is a natural magnet. Okay, so it attracted the iron tip of the shepherd's stick. That's why it has attracted the iron tip of the shepherd's stick, because as I told you, shepherd's stick is made up of metal, iron at the end. Okay, so because of that reason, the rock, it has attracted the stick, the end of the stick, that is made up of metal. Okay, that is iron metal. Okay, so the rock was a natural magnet. Okay, so that's why it has attracted the iron tip of the shepherd's stick. So it is said that this is how the natural magnets were discovered. So this is the story how the natural magnets were discovered. Okay, so such rocks were given the name magnetite. Okay, for such rocks the name was given like magnetite. So the name was given as magnetite. So perhaps after the name of that shepherd, because the name of her that person shepherd is what, Magnus, that's why the name was given to that such natural materials, that is given as magnetite. Okay, for such rocks. So magnetite contains iron. So what is there in the magnetite? So that magnetite contains iron. So some people, they believed that magnetite was first discovered at a place called Magnesia. Not like that. So it was not found in a place called Magnesia. It was found in the rocks. Okay. So substances having the property of attracting iron, okay, are known as magnets. Okay. So definition of magnets can be asked. See, the substances which have a property of attracting iron are called as magnets. Okay, so this is how the story goes. Okay, this is how the story goes. Okay, so in any case, people now have discovered certain rocks, they have the property of attracting pieces of iron. So people nowadays have discovered that there are many kinds of rocks which have attract the certain kinds of rocks. Okay, so they have the property of what, attracting pieces of iron. So some rocks, they can attract the pieces of iron. So they also found that small pieces of these rocks, they can found that, so some of these small pieces of rocks, okay, they have a special attracting properties. Okay, so they named these natural occurring substance materials as magnets. Those naturally occurring materials are called as magnets. Later on, the process of making magnets from these pieces of iron was discovered. Later on, from these pieces of iron materials only, the process of making magnets was discovered. So these are known as artificial magnets. The magnets which are the materials which are available naturally are called natural magnets. So the process of making of magnet, okay, from using the pieces of iron is known as artificial magnets. So nowadays artificial magnets are prepared so in different shapes. Nowadays you can see the different kinds of artificial magnets which are prepared artificially by the man. Okay, for example, bar magnet, cylindrical magnet, horseshoe magnet, okay, and ball-ended magnet. So here you can see, look at the diagrams here, you can see that all the four types of magnets here: ball-ended magnet you can see, cylindrical magnet you can see, bar magnet, as well as one more is horseshoe magnet. So dear students, I hope today in class you have understood so the story of a shepherd. So how the shepherd discovered the magnet, a natural magnet, okay, the rock which act as a magnet. So later on we also understood what are natural magnets, what are artificial magnets. Okay, so in tomorrow's class let us discuss the remaining part of the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.